to beat everybody. Josh is that New Mexico kid that I'm proud of. I mean, he's the first Lobo in Lobo history to be a preseason All-American. We got a wall full of hitters. I want a wall full of pitchers, so does Spence. And if we have a wall full of pitchers over there on the wall of honor, that means we're going to Omaha. And guys like Josh Walker are the kind of guys you have to go to Omaha. So.
Is it going to be a different kind of team this year because of the power you had last year at the plate? Those guys are gone?
Well, let's see. We lost 4 of our top hitters. We lost number 1 draft pick. We lost a guy who was should have been the Johnny Bench Award winner. We lost Luke Campbell, who was one of the top 25 hitters in the country. There were 3 of them on our team last year. And the next one was Josh Melendez, who was in the top 30 in the country. So, yeah, we got to change things up a little bit. But you know what? It's time. It's time for those other guys to do what they're capable of doing. And that same thing happened with Mike Brownstein way back. Mike Brownstein was a kid that got released his first year of college at some college in California. He came to UNM and turned into a big draft pick for the Milwaukee Brewers. And Justin Howard was a junior college kid in Texas that came and bought in, led the country in hitting, and turned into that guy. So, you know what? That part of it, I'm not worried about. I'm not. Alex Real can hit a ball just as far as DJ Peterson. Now, is he where DJ Peterson was at that time? No, but he can be. And there's some other kids in the lineup that can hit home runs. But the University of New Mexico baseball team is not a power hitting team. I mean, there might be one guy in the lineup that go yard regularly. That could be Real. That could be Puste or Padilla. They have power. But the one thing we do is we have a lineup from the first hitter to the 9th hitter that can beat you on any given day. I mean, Jared Hawley, it will be our 9-hole hitter, our shortstop, and he could go 3 for 4 off of you with 2 doubles tomorrow. So you don't know. You don't know who's going to get you. And if they all get you on the same day, it'll be like the Mountain West tournament in 2012. It'll be tough. So, yeah, I don't think it'll be any different. I mean, Haggerty can hit. They all can hit. They all can hit. They all have a chance to hit, and there's some young kids. We have a kid named Chris DeVito, who's a freshman, who in inter-squads has gone, for the first time since I've been here, he goes big boy in the big part of the yard, which those other guys didn't do that. Chris can go. He can go over the fence. He's gone over the fence at 4:05. Did you go off? You walk? But he goes oppo in the fall. He went oppo 4:05, 4:20. So there's some guys, and so the biggest thing for this team is going to be like in 2011, except we're not playing that schedule. The only guys we didn't have on our schedule in 2011 were the Yankees, and the thing is that once they get their experience, I think they're going to be pretty good in what we have coming. But this team this year is 24 underclassmen. That's the difference. You can't practice experience. Experience is just experience. So we'll do like we always do at Lobo baseball. Everybody's going to get in the game, and everybody's going to get in the game when it counts. And you better get it, or we lose. And I hate that word. So we'll keep putting them in there, and by the time we get to May and June, be ready.
What are your thoughts on this year's schedule? Do you feel like it's as tough as it was in previous years? Have you always had some...
No, it's tough. It's a really tough schedule, but it's not 2011. I don't think anybody's ever scheduled 2011. But it's a schedule that, or our first 4 games are against perennial powerhouses in the United States at their place. So we don't back up, and we don't try to be too strategic about the RPI because we don't have the situation to do that. I mean, so you have to do the best you can to make your team very, very, very competitive. So at the end, there's a door at the end. there's a tournament at the end. And you win the conference championship and you do some things during the season, then you win your conference championship and you finish in the top 2. You win your conference championship and you finish in the top 2 in the tournament, then you got a shot to get in. So those are the things I think we can control.
You guys are making a little, Drew Bridges, he came in as a shortstop. He's going to, hopefully be one of your top guys.
Right.
Talk about Matt here. He was catching bullpens last year. Now he's going to be on the mound. You're getting a knack for this. Does Spence have a lot to do with that?
Well, no, I've been trying to put Matt on the mound since he got here, but he tried to make him a catcher. Spence has a lot to do with teaching him, but Bridges and Matt were me. I said, hey, he's got to go on the mound, and he's got to go on the mound. And so now they put him on the mound, and the old man's got a little bit, he knows what he's doing. So that's what happened. Because I tried to put Earl on the mound the first year he was here. They go, let's put him over. But Earl's going to be special. Matt. That's his nickname.
What do you expect out of Padilla this year? Do you expect him to pick up some of the
Ryan Padilla is one of my favorite kids. I really, really love that kid. And his freshman year was actually a better year than Alex Bregman's freshman year, but it wasn't done in the Southeast Conference. So, and the thing that happened to Ryan is a very conscientious kid. He went off to Cape Cod, and some scout walked by and said, hey, you need to hit more pull side home runs. And now he got long, and everything was trying to go down the right field line. So the mental leads the physical. So if you remember Ryan's freshman year, a lot of doubles in the gap, oppo gap, pull side gap, up the middle, an occasional home run. He had 6 home runs. And if he tries to go pull side the whole time, he's in trouble. Now, he didn't hit bad in the fall. He hit like 363 in the fall. He's made some adjustments. And a fierce competitor. He's playing first base like $1 million. And the thing that he has to do is stay in the middle of the field and let the game play. And so if I can get him focused back in the middle, which he's been doing, then he's dynamite. He replaces what Mitch Garver was. And he's very capable of doing that. So yeah, we have to have him play well. He has to get back to being the freshman All-American that he was. And Sam Haggerty has to do the same thing. Because our yard is big, as you've seen. And with the new bats, it doesn't play like the old Lobo baseball field of years gone by. So hitting a home run there is big time. You got to do it. Now, Alex Real is very capable of doing a lot of things. And just the other day, he went oppo home run, and pull side home run's automatic for him. It's a no-brainer. So he's got power, and he can drive the ball, and he can hit. John Puste can too. And Chase Harris has improved. Chase Harris has a chance to be really special. So offensively speaking, Padilla and all those guys, you can see that it's there. Now they just got to do it. They got to take the right approach to the game. So offensively, I'm not worried. And I'm not really worried pitching. The only thing that we truly need is experience. And so what we've got to do is what we're doing. We're going to open with San Diego, $25 million stadium. Yeah. And then go straight from there to ASU. So we got Josh Walker. I'm not scared. I got Earl. Earl's good. Matt's going to get it done. And Bridges, he's pretty tough. He's going to be fine. And just get him in there and get baptized. Let's go. The biggest battle, the biggest hole right now is third base. That's the place. Because I have 2 New Mexico boys that were Player of the Year. And Jared Meek was Player of the Year 2 years ago. And Andre Veal. And talented young men. But learn how to play Division I and to hit with Division I, play and they're both middle infielders in high school, and we're asking them to play third. And it's like that's a different spot. It's a different way to play it. And so they're very capable of doing it, and one of them's going to end up taking it and owning it.
About center field,
We started to move Chase to center field. Chase Harris, 6'5" runner. He's a plus defender, big league. He grades out big league scouts plus defender. Grades out in the 60s. Plus arm, plus speed, plus glove, plus jump. Everything that he does defensively is big time, big time. And he's as good as outfielder as we had a couple years ago, freshman Sam Wilson. And we thought about it, and right field in our ballpark is a big position, because if you don't take the right routes in right field, that ball goes. If a guy can run, it's inside the park home run, and it's definitely a triple for anybody.
The sun doesn't help either.
And the sun and the wind, that's the other part. The sun and the wind are over there, and so whether it's a night game, a day game, whatever it is, that's the toughest spot to play. So we put the best outfielder over there. Now we go to center field. Aaron Seipel, he's good. He's one of the top center fielders in Arizona JUCO last year, and he's a plus defender too. And so we're not hurting there. Now left field, we're going to ask John Puste to play left field, and John was a drafted center fielder out of high school. So John has a chance to hit 400, but we need him to field over 400. And so, but we went with that last year. I mean, Campbell was from day to day, and he ended up figuring it out and doing okay. And so John can do the same. I've seen John play great defense. He came here to be a center fielder, but injuries and things like that have affected him. But John's very capable of being good over there. So that's what the lineup-wise, that's what we're looking at. Center field should be okay. It should be fine. In fact, Seipel's a plus defender. He's as good a center fielder as Josh Melendez, and that's pretty good.
Anybody step up in the DH spot, or is it kind of
You know what? The Chris DeVito kid's really hitting the ball. And he's hitting the ball to all parts of the park, and he's only going to get better. He's got a chance to be really, really special. Cody Bauer from St. Pius. Cody Bauer from St. Pius has the fastest hands to the zone that I've ever seen. Now, just waving them through the zone is just, that's not going to work. So once he figures out to train himself with hand path and things like that, he'll be fine. But he has to learn that and to get rid of the bad habits. Because when we saw Cody in the summertime, if you knew Cody, you threw him a breaking ball. You threw him 3 breaking balls for strikes, he'd get a drink of water. His bat's in and out of the zone. So we're trying to teach him the hand path and a linear movement, because he was as rotational as you could get. And so he's getting it now, off and on. In fact, he's had a couple line drives the opposite field, which that didn't happen in his 18 years of life.
How's that passion like for you, coaching these young kids on hitting?
I love it. Absolutely love it. And it's hard for them. A lot of them don't want to come in the cage on some occasions because it's just hard. And the game will humble you. And you can talk all you want and say all you want, but that ball comes right there and you do what you're supposed to with it, it's great. If you don't, it's you, baby. It ain't the bow, it ain't the arrow, it's the Indian. You have to do it. You have to do it. You're the guy in charge of the bat. You're the guy that makes it happen.
Is that why Hags had such success in his first year? Bats in the zone for a long time? Just sort of was already there?
Oh, yeah. Well, Haggerty, when he came in, a lot of kids today are shoulder hitters. They want to hit with their shoulders. So the bat's in the zone, out of the zone a long time, and they all want to hit home runs, no matter how big they are. And it comes from T-ball, You guys didn't buy them a snow cone if they hit a single. You guys have not helped me one bit. So, they've got to learn to stay through the zone with a bat. And they have to learn how to get into the zone and stay through the zone and pick pitches and dance with the pitcher. And there's a lot to it. It's the hardest thing to do in any sport is hit. And I love it. I like the challenge. I like the challenge of taking them there mentally and physically. It's a big deal. And it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, lots of time to do it. But when you get it and you can hold it, it's pretty special. It's like autopilot. It's like JP swing in golf. You ever seen that one? Woo-hoo. That guy, he cannot be on the golf course for 6 months, walk out, boom. I'm like, God, it's a gift.
Anything else for Coach?